You are a tile installer. You create something of great beauty and value for your clients. You install functional artwork. You create luxurious spaces. Your designer quality showers provide comfort and joy for the user. Your over-the-top spa-like bathrooms are a retreat for people to relax in after a hard day's work. And this increases the enjoyment of their home, which they come to love. Your work increases the value of your clients' homes, which increases their net worth. Bathrooms and kitchens are two of the most value-adding spaces in a home. Inside those bathrooms and kitchens, when someone walks into them, especially if they've newly been remodeled, the first thing they noticed is the beautiful tile work that you installed. Tile has a long, rich history. You can travel to Europe and around the world and see stonework that dates back thousands of years. It's still in use and it's still beautiful. You have the privilege to be adding to that rich history. You can find your right customer base and you can make a great living. You are a tile contractor. You are valuable. You can find people who know your value and who are willing to pay you what you are worth. Hello, tile friends. Welcome back to another episode of Tile Money. This is the podcast where we discuss the business of being a tile contractor. My name is Luke Miller, and I am on a mission to help tile contractors grow profitable, sustainable businesses. We have another great episode for you to enjoy today. I am going to help you write your company mission statement and come up with your company values. But before we get into that, let me take a minute to thank my sponsors who are partnering with me on my mission to strengthen the tile industry from the ground up. First, the National Tile Contractors Association. They are the nation's largest professional organization for tile contractors. They have been doing this since 1947. The NTCA is focused on assisting their members grow and operate their businesses. Now, I've been getting to know the NTCA and getting to know the people inside the NTCA, the people who are working hard to better the industry. Many of these people are volunteering their times. Many of them have built and are running great, successful, profitable tile installation companies. And you know what they say, friends. I've said it on this podcast before. You are the equivalent of the 5 people you are associating with. So if you're looking for new friends and you're looking to grow and improve your business, the best advice I can give you, the best thing you can do is to join the NTCA. But don't stop there. Get involved. Start meeting and associating with people. Go to these events like coverings. You will find your new 5 best friends, I guarantee it, and you will start to transform your business. My other sponsor for the last year has been Laticrete. Laticrete is a family-owned company who's focused on customers. It was invented by a tile installer who saw the need for innovation in the industry. Yes, the founder, Dr. Henry Rothberg, invented thinset in his garage. Laticrete continues to innovate today. They lead the way in making products safer. They offer several options for silica-free thinsets and grouts. Over the years, it's amazing, they have maintained their family values. Yes, if you get the chance to visit any of their factories, you're going to know exactly what I mean. And speaking of shows like coverings, it's not uncommon to see their CEO, David Rothberg, hanging out around the booths. And if you see him, I urge you to go up and introduce yourself. You will be amazed. He will take a sincere interest in you and your business. My newest sponsor is Crossville. Now, Crossville is America's leading manufacturer and provider of porcelain tile. They offer a variety of glass and natural stone tile for both interior and exterior applications. Many of their products are made right here in the United States. Their innovative tile products are sustainable. They're expertly designed to last a lifetime. They are leading the way in both the manufacturing of gauged porcelain tile panels, as well as donating time and energy to help write installation standards and procedures of gauged porcelain tile panels. If you are looking for a tile manufacturer who consistently produces high quality, easy to work with tile, I highly suggest you check out Crossville. Links to all my sponsors' websites will be in these show notes. All right, friends, I also need to take a minute to thank each one of you for listening to this podcast and continuing to support me and what I am doing. I started Tile Money with the good intention of helping my fellow tile contractors. And the only reason I've remained and kept doing this is I feel I've been blessed to have already helped so many. And you're letting me know. Thank you for letting me know that my efforts are helping you. Thank you for sharing your stories inside our Facebook group, Tile Money, encouraging one another, sharing what's working, what's not, what's our common struggles. This episode here is now the start of my second full year doing this podcast. And in this season 2, I want to go deeper. I want to help you more. I have categorized the next 12 months. And this month, January, I thought it would be very fitting to discuss the beginning of building your successful tile contractor business. Where does one even start? Oftentimes, many people will say they have a lot of knowledge of the installation. Is that enough? Is it enough to just have technical knowledge? What is the difference between a highly successful contractor and a struggling contractor? I have learned that one of the major differences between these two scenarios is that the successful tile contractor has put into place their mission statement for their company, and they know and live by their company values. So I ask you, do you have your mission statement? If it's written down, can you recite it from memory? Do you have your company values? If not, I want to help you come up with your mission statement today and your values. If you already do, maybe you want to revisit that. It is an ever-evolving thing for companies as we grow. So why does this matter? You might be wondering, why does it matter? Mission statement, values, what's that going to help? Well, this matters because in order to succeed, we must begin with the end goal in mind. Why are you in business? What do you want your business to look like in the years to come? How about when you retire? What do you want that business to accomplish? I know we all need money. I need money, but why do you need extra money? Why do you need profit? What will you do with your profits? What do you stand for? Finding the answers to these questions will make it clear in our mind who we are and what we stand for. Only then will we be able to position ourselves to be found by our ideal clients, the clients who value what we value, the clients who are happy to give us what we deserve and hire us because they believe in our mission. Money is one of the last questions that comes up because they believe in our mission. So how do we do it? How does one come up with their values? Well, I found the best way was to start with your mission statement because the mission is the why and the values are the how. So let's work on your mission statement together. To do this, I have 7 questions that will help you write your mission statement. Don't worry if you're driving or working right now. Check out the show notes later for a link to download the PDF that contains these 7 questions. I'm happy to get that to you. Now I'm going to use my own business, Tile Money, as an example as we go through this. But as I'm answering these questions for Tile Money, try to be coming up with your own answers to these questions for your business. I'll slow down and take some pauses to enable you to do this. So we'll start with what is Tile Money's mission statement? So these 7 questions are going to help to answer us. The first question, why does my business exist? I want you to ask yourself this. Why does my business exist? And this is how I answer this. Tile Money exists to help contractors grow and operate better businesses. Again, that question is, why does my business exist? Think about it. The second question I want you to ask yourself, who do I serve and what is their problem that I am solving? So I answered it this way for Tile Money. I serve fellow tile contractors who are struggling in their business. Who do I serve and what is their problem that I am solving? Think about that question. The third question that I want you to ask yourself for your company, what are my personal values? Because it's your company, right? So my personal values, family comes first, gratitude is my second value, meaningful work, enjoying life even while working. So I want you to ask yourself, what are my personal values? And write those down. 4, what do I want my business to become? So I answered it this way. I want Tile Money to become the #1 business resource for tile contractors. So ask yourself, what do I want my business to become? The 5th question, what do my employees want? Now this one, I was tempted to skip it. You might be too. I know a lot of you might not have employees. I don't have employees, but because I don't know what the future brings and I don't want to limit myself, can envision Tile Money having employees one day, and I think you can too. I answer this question this way. My employees want to help others. They want to work on projects that have a meaningful impact. They want to be treated with patience and respect. So I urge you to ask yourself, what do my employees want? The 6th question, what makes my business special? And I answered it this way. Tile Money was developed by a tile contractor and is dedicated strictly to the business development of tile contractors. So I ask you, what makes my business special? Ask yourself that question. The 7th question, what matters to my clients? Or in my case, what matters to my listeners, right? So I answered it this way. My listeners want to be talked to straight. They want actionable advice they can quickly and easily implement. So I want you to ask yourself, what matters to my clients? See, you're aligning your values, your mission with theirs. Now take the answers to those 7 questions and create a mission statement. So I did this. I meditated on it. I thought about it. I revised it. I boiled it down. And so Tile Money's mission statement is this. Tile Money's mission is to assist contractors grow and operate profitable, sustainable businesses. We believe that families come first, and small, successful businesses are the backbone of strong communities and happy families. We vow to continue being a valuable resource for tile contractors everywhere. We help our audience take action, improve their businesses, and see real results. So now that I have written Tile Money's mission statement, see how I am in a much better position to establish Tile Money's company values. And I want to share those values with you, and I want to help you create your values. But before I dive into Tile Money's values with you, I want to take a minute to hear and tell you about some industry news. So today's industry news is sponsored by the NTCA. Now, friends, I don't know about you, but I am sick and tired of seeing all the tile failures out there. They just don't stop. These failures are terrible for the industry. They're bad for contractors. They're bad for tile all the way around. We all need to do our part and spread the knowledge to fellow tile installers, general contractors, builders, architects, anyone involved in the building process, including the end consumer. We need to educate them, be the professional. Oftentimes, this bad work continues to be installed, basically just due to a lack of knowledge on their part, ignorance. But thankfully, there's a lot of resources, and the NTCA has provided a lot of resources over the years. One of my favorite are their live in-person workshops. These are free to attend. If you haven't attended one of these workshops, I strongly encourage you to check out the link in the show notes and see where and when they are. They're traveling the nation. They've got several going on at once. They will be in Arizona for January 2020. Now, I personally had the pleasure to attend my first one of these free workshops just a few months ago. Well, it was last October. And you know, I've been working with tile for about 20 years now. I still found myself learning at this workshop. The knowledge there is just compounded. You know, like I said, 1947, the knowledge has been compounding and they are sharing it. It's also a great networking opportunity. It's a great way to get out and establish yourself as the leading expert. You know, the NTCA is giving this knowledge to contractors. They are giving the resources contractors need to install tile correctly and to establish themselves in their communities. So share that. Check out the link for the next nearest workshop near you and plan on attending. Invite as many people as you can in your communities. Put it on your social media. Be the expert. So back to the creation of your company values. After you have created your mission statement, you are in a much better position to create your company values. Why is this important to a business? So the mission statement defines what the business does and why. The values are how that business plans to achieve its mission. Your business's values guide the way your team members, or just you, interact with everyone, including your clients, your vendors, each other, your employees. Values keep you and your employees working towards that mutual goal and keep everyone marching to the beat of the same drum. It is similar to branding, but for internal use for the company. And you can certainly use your values for branding, no doubt. Now, I use that mission statement that I came up with and I shared with you earlier to come up with Tile Money's values. So here they are. And I recommend maybe 6, maybe even less values. My first is to help others, to continue to be the conduit by which others access knowledge to improve their business. My second value is family, to always put family first, giving meaning to my life and my work. My third value that I hold dear is positivity. I want to help change limiting negative mindsets into abundance and positivity. The fourth value I hold dear is community. Together, we've grown stronger this last year, and I look forward to this coming year. My fifth value is passion. Working from a place of passion is motivating and enjoyable. My sixth and final value I came up with is respect. I want to respect the talents and knowledge of others in order so that we can all grow together. There are many ways to define your values based on what you personally value and what sort of services you want to provide your clients. I urge you to schedule some time to sit down and really think about what your values are. Ask yourself questions like, what sort of services do you provide your clients? I'll give you a few more examples of values just to get the brain juices flowing. These aren't really, don't take the easy way out here. Yours might be the same. Yours might be similar, but really use this to get your brain juices flowing. A value is a desire to improve. Each time we improve on something. That sounds like tile contractors, I know. A value could be open-mindedness. We stay open to new ideas and change. A value could be courage. We tackle difficult tasks. I know you're out there tackling difficult tasks every day. A value can be accountability. We deliver on promises with no excuses. A value can certainly be enjoyment. We find ways to enjoy every task. This includes helping employees find ways to enjoy their tasks. So remember, the reason for establishing your values is to better yourself and your company. Keep your employees or future employees in mind when working on your values. When you choose a value, you need to make sure it's something that you can literally live with every single day. Ideally, long before you walk onto that job site, you are thinking and living these values. You embody them, you accept them, you embrace them. Now remember, those 7 questions helped me write my values. I believe, and they did this, of course, first we started with the mission statement, then we went on to the values. I believe they will help you as well. So that is how you come up with your company's mission statement and values. I hope it helps. So here's another Tile Money tip, and today's Tile Money tip is sponsored by Crossville. What's on my mind today is the power of social media. Tile contractors, friends, never before has it been so easy for a local business to get in front of thousands inside their communities. Years ago, not even that long ago, businesses had to pay a lot of money to advertise on traditional media like local radio, TV, newspaper, and local magazines. But nowadays, businesses are creating their own media companies that happen to be selling something. In your case, you're a media company that happens to install tile, right? I want you to think about social media just like that. Think about your company just like that. Tell yourself, I am a media company that just happens to sell tile installations. If your phone's not ringing, this is a great trick to change your mindset and start making the change. This, and by the way, this idea that media comes first is not new. I mean, heck, even media companies have a product. They've always sold something. They sell advertising, and it's been very profitable for them. So again, I want to encourage you, if you're looking for more leads, I challenge you to start thinking of your company as a media company first that happens to sell tile installation. That might take a while to change your mindset there. All you have to do is pick up 1 or 2 popular platforms and start using it consistently. Consistency is one of the main keys to making this work. Without consistent use, you will not learn how to use it. You will end up getting frustrated with it and believe it does not work. Another key to making social media work for you and your company is if you, the owner of the company, can show your face. Just get on there and show your personality. Don't be shy. A quick tip to help you do this is just to develop a simple routine that works for you. Think about turning your stories on, Instagram stories, for a few minutes, first thing in the morning when your truck is warming up and you're sitting there. Just turn it on and start recording. You just need a minute or 2. Just tell people what you are about to do. Be super positive. And I used to do this, almost every day. I would sit in my truck, usually when I first started up, and I would start by saying, today is another beautiful day on the central coast of California. So I'm accomplishing a couple things there. I'm being positive. I'm mentioning where I work, right? Then I would go on to let everyone know what I was about to do. I'm hauling this tile over to this job. We're waterproofing this shower. We're flood testing this shower. We're doing this backsplash. Whatever you're doing, whatever you think they might find interesting. Now, a word of caution with this, you don't need to go on for too long. And that's also good news, right? 1 minute is actually long enough for Instagram stories. They're 15 seconds. So you only need about 4 stories. And if you go 8, 10, 12, people aren't going to want to follow through. Don't worry about how you look or sound. Just put yourself out there, be positive, share something interesting, and get on with your day. The cool thing about this is that even though lots of businesses are posting pictures on social media, not very many are actually being social, right? Not very many are actually taking advantage of this powerful connection. that means that it's not that crowded, right? All you have to do is do it daily, do something daily, anything, and you will be above the average business out there. The other thing about this social media is people do not mind watching businesses' stories or posts as long as it's real. You have to be real. And the minute it becomes just an advertisement, no one's paying attention. You can't post a photo and just do an ad. You know, I see this every day, even inside my own Facebook group. Time and time again, someone will come on there and they'll post a link to a product or even not a product, and it just gets zero love. There's no personality there. You know, there's no connection. Even I myself, if tomorrow I post a link to this episode, it will get very few people interacting with it, and it's my own group, right? But if I just turn the camera on and start talking about something positive and interesting, I get people reacting. I can mention the new podcast episode. You have to think of creative ways to do this. It's social media after all. A couple more quick tips when using your social media. Make sure it's clear where your business is located. Use your stories, use the geotags inside your stories. This will get you to show up organically to your local communities. And by all means, interact with people who comment on your photos, especially if they take time to message you. Message them back. Let them know you care. Let them know you're human. Just start with one platform if you're struggling. Once you've mastered that in 6 to 12 months, you can think about learning another one. You don't have to. I guarantee you, you will start to see results if you put the work in. Work and time will guarantee results. I sincerely hope that you enjoyed that tile money tip. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you found it helpful, tune in next week. We are continuing to talk about formulating a plan for success. We will revisit some clips from an old interview and discuss writing your company goals and strategies you can use for growth. If you enjoyed this episode, I encourage you to head over to my website, tilemoney.com, and see what I'm working on next. Stay profitable, tile friends.